Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. This is episode 65. Hopefully, everyone is well. I'm going to do a little bit of housework before we start this podcast, as we've got the same amount of views, but the likes are dropping down. So, if you're watching this podcast right now and you haven't liked the video, like the bloody video.
Please do.
Yeah, like, share, do all that jazz. Come on, help
Yeah.
your boys out.
Max is literally shitting himself, and
Yeah,
we need
exactly.
likes.
Look at the amount of in-depth pooing analysis we made
Yeah,
last week.
exactly. It's so stressful. I've lost all my hair. Like, come on, guys, help us out.
Anyway, to get out of the way, how you doing, my man?
I'm all good. I'm still very much injured, so that's fun. I've come to the what's the word? Understanding or whatever it is probably a lot worse than I think it is. When I hurt my right shoulder quite a good few
Yeah.
months ago, it got better. I could press. I can't even press at the moment at all now.
Shit.
Yeah,
Can you do like a fly or anything like that?
flies worse.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's so bad.
You need to get that checked out, man.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to it Monday because I'm not doing anything on Monday. So yeah, it's not good. So it was supposed to be push for me today, and I was like, I'm not because every time I've gone to do it, I've just like trialed it, and it's just made it 10 times worse. And I've just been doing like tricep push downs. Weirdly enough, I can do dips on the machine. That
Okay.
movement kind of behind me is fine, but yeah, literally everything else is excruciating. Like
Is it like pain in the scapula?
it's in between like the rear delt slash side delt, but like at the edge of the bone, which
Yeah.
is a bit of a weird spot for it to be in. Like it's very, very local. But yeah, I don't know what I've done.
Yeah.
So just don't fall off ladders is probably the best advice I
Yeah,
can
that'd
get.
probably be good advice to be fair.
Yeah, but the thing is, my shoulder just went like that as I landed on it, so something's gone in there.
Yeah.
But like day to day, there's no pain. Like I can move my arm around. Occasionally, it will catch, but I just can't press, and my chest is like so flat at the moment.
Oh
I
God.
don't think I've had like a decent set on chest in like 4 weeks.
Fucking
So
hell.
yeah, I'm atrophy protocol.
What
And
about like laterals and stuff and like rear delt work?
some laterals are fine, rear delt, no. Front raises are fine, but anything chest related is just no,
Okay.
basically. Unless I'm doing single arm pec flies.
I generally get to that point where I'd be doing that.
Yeah, I did do it. So I started on the right. I was like, oh, this feels okay. Went to go on the left, like literally probably like 15 kilos on the pec fly, and it's just I can't do it.
Oh,
It's
shit.
so bad. So
I'll drop
yeah,
you my guy's number.
yeah.
Go.
I think you sent it to me before, and I dropped it a message. I went to someone else, but I need to get it sorted because it's like my back's fine now. Like I went for a stage of like not being able to hip hinge at all. I can hip hinge. I can leg press now. That's all good. And now I'm just dealing with the shoulder. So touch wood. Once this goes, I'm back into the swing of things with training.
Mm.
So
Full
everything's
throttle
just been
training.
yeah, like it's just been a bit sort of shit with injuries and managing workload and things like that. But
Yeah.
I'll get there. So yeah, if anyone's dealing with injuries, just be patient. Try not to be a dick about it, which I have been a little bit of a dick about it sometimes. Being like, oh, this will be fine. Do like half a set and be like, no, I need to stop. So
Yeah.
just rest for me at the minute. But yeah, other than that, not too much. I'm starting back up with coaching
We.
after my little hiatus. I don't know whether you was waiting on that, but yeah, I'm gonna say I've had 4 people sign up already in a week. So
Mega.
yeah, so all good there. Yeah, finishing them off tonight in terms of setups, and they'll be ready to go over the weekend, which is exciting. But yeah, took a little bit of time off from it, and it seems people were lurking in the shadows waiting to sign up, which is good because it was literally like no pressure on them. They just messaged me like, "Hey, you're coaching again? Can I sign up?" I was like, "Yeah, go for it." So
Brilliant.
that's good.
Well, if
Um,
anyone's looking for a coach, make sure you have a little consultation call with the Den Dog.
there we go. Shameless
See,
plug to me this time.
got to be done. And if you want any supplements by UK, code MW10.
There you go. But yeah, other than that, all good. How are you?
Yeah, good man. It's been a solid week. Last week was fairly decent in terms of like I think we went over it, obviously my illness, come back into training and stuff, and then this week's basically been like my first week where I felt like I've been in the groove again with
Yeah,
training. Like it's always difficult in it 'cause you have time off, and I even find it like even after a deload or something like having 4 days off, you come back and it's you just that kind of groove of training is just not there.
Yeah.
So it's taken me like a good couple of sessions, but now I've done like each session twice. I've now found that I'm back in the groove with it, and
Yeah.
numbers are pretty much where they were before getting ill, if not kind of surpassing now. So I'm excited with that. I'm excited just to continue with this off season. Really,
Yeah.
it's going well. Like my body weight's back up to baseline now, so I was 195 pounds on the dot this morning.
Nice.
So again, happy because it's like the amount it plummeted and it took a good solid week
Yeah.
to come back. And now, yeah, just like in the groove of things with training. I think a lot of it as well is like with training, and I make a lot of posts about it, but it's with building momentum.
Yeah.
And a lot of people kind of they look at it and they think, oh, I have one bad session, and then that builds momentum. They have a bad week of training, a bad month of training, and you've just got to realize that you've got to stack the wins of training or the good sessions of training. It's like the
Yeah.
analogy I like to use is, like a football team.
Yeah.
In form, like they're going to play better and better every week, and that form continues, right? And
Yeah.
it's the same if they're like, for example, Arsenal, they're in form, the top of the league. If you're like Chelsea at the moment, we're playing dreadful, and every time we kick a ball, we can't fucking do it. So I kind of like to use the football analogy of like with training is like if you can start stacking those wins together, you'll find that even when you're walking in the gym, you will know that you can progress
Yeah,
and have a
because it
good
has the
session.
same in the opposite direction, which you kind of touched on. Like,
Yeah,
if confidence is down, well, with your training, you're not going to build any sort of forward momentum, and you might even carry that into the following session. But it's not even relate. Let's just say, I don't know. For me, for example, let's say my shoulders killing me, and I'm like, I can't do pressing exercise. I'm not going to take that into my legs or my pull days, because then all of my sessions are then not where they need to be, and then you just end up going backwards. So it's about controlling what you can, but also like build on the momentum where you can as well. So try
yeah.
not to let it sort of staircase downwards. Try and get some wins somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like it's momentum with even like your diet and everything like that. Just like stacking up that is literally bodybuilding, right? It's just
Yeah,
stacking up the daily wins across months and years,
yeah,
and that's how you progress.
yeah.
It's a long term game.
Yeah, I had this thought the other day. I think I was speaking to a family member, and they was like, "Oh, what you do is like really difficult." And I pretty much said to them, like they were talking about bodybuilding in general. I said, the individual things that we do aren't difficult. Like going to the gym, it's not difficult. Eating food, it's not difficult. All of what you consider bodybuilding individually is not difficult, but it's doing all of it together, back to back to back to days. Like everyone can hit their macros if they want to, but can they do it every single day? Everyone can go to the gym, but can they do it every single day? Same with sleep, steps, everything. So when people are like, oh, it's really, really difficult, break it down and make it not difficult, because almost everyone at some point has been able to stick to a diet. Yes, it might only be for one day. It's about then kind of stacking it on from there. But I just thought it was quite interesting where they was like, oh yeah, I can't do that. It's like, well, you can do the things individually, just put them all together.
Yeah, you hear about that a lot though, because people say, "Oh, I couldn't do that," and it's like, well, you could if you wanted to. Like
Yeah,
if you really wanted to do it, you could do it.
yeah,
And like I've had people at my work and stuff be like, you're like the most disciplined person I've ever met." And in my head, I'm like, it's just normal now because I've done
yeah,
it for so long. And like you do adjust to it, and it does normalizes. But to the average person, obviously, it's like they see you eating the same meals every day, and they're probably like, "What the fuck? I couldn't do
yeah.
that."
It was also quite concerning as well. Like let's just say at your workplace, you're like, oh, you're the most disciplined person I've ever seen. If that's the standard that everyone's going with, like just general people, general population's standard of discipline is like in the floor, and that's obviously I'm trying not to throw too much shade there, but it just shows you that not many people can stick to many things for a long period of time.
Yeah, then that is bodybuilding. It's a long term game. Like how
Yeah,
many people do you see in bodybuilding? They do it one season, drop out, don't go to the gym again, pick up something else,
yeah,
and you think back and you're like, if you just stuck with it, like you don't have to be the best bodybuilder on stage. You've just got to enjoy the process of
yeah,
bodybuilding, and you will progress like that. Like regardless of your genetics, or whatever, you will progress.
yeah. I always remember there was this guy at one of my first jobs that I got. I was fairly new into the gym anyway, and I had like my Tupperware in the staff room. And he went, "Oh yeah, I used to be like you," and he was probably my age now, like when he was talking. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I used to be like you when I started. It won't last. Like you won't continue doing it." I was just like, now I'm sort of reflecting back. It's like, well, I'm still doing it to a higher degree, and I've done more. So those sort of people, you're always going to have those people who they've
Sure.
basically projecting at that point off their own kind of downfall with it. And same with people that talk shit on people. Like it usually comes from their own projection of their bad self-esteem, basically. So try
Yeah.
not to listen to many people, because I know when he said it to me, I was like, oh, will I do this for this long? Obviously, you don't know at that point, but yeah, what is this like 12 years later? I'm still
Yeah.
doing it.
When I first competed in my first season, so I was 19, um, I remember a family member said to me, they were like, oh, it'll change when you start full time work and you have
It's
more
just a
responsibilities.
phase.
And I actually look back now and I'm like, actually, I'm probably more into it now than what I was obviously back then.
Yeah,
And I can't see myself ever stopping. Like, obviously, at some point, I'm gonna have to stop like chasing more muscle tissue and stuff like that.
yeah,
But I don't really see myself stopping tracking my food, like working out,
yeah,
regardless of what I'm training or the style of training. Like, I don't ever see me not
yeah.
doing something like that.
It'd be interesting to see, I guess, when it gets to the point where, let's just say you are getting older, like 60s, 70s. Probably 60s is when you'll maybe stop going to the gym. I don't know, like to some capacity. You might go into your 70, who knows? But then obviously when that goes, when your ability to just work out doesn't necessarily have to be bodybuilding, that's probably when the rest of it will take a hit as well, because
Yeah.
that's kind of the pillar of it all. If you can't work out, then it's kind of like, why am I doing all this?
Yeah, for sure. I think like even at that age though, I'd still be focusing on like not necessarily like my steps, but going for walks and just trying to be a little bit more active.
Yeah,
I would really like to see like a study being done on like the older generation and the ones that are fitter and potentially like longevity towards
yeah,
that. Because it does seem like I don't know, I'm maybe talking from my experience and what I see. But when they stop being less active, things start to deteriorate.
yeah. Well, I've not first-hand experience, but like my nan and granddad. So my nan and granddad have always worked. My granddad was in like the building game, like plasterer, doing sort of general building. My nan did an office job, but she was always active. She'd walk everywhere. She'd get the underground, all the tube stops and everything. So they were both active. My granddad then retired at like the age of 60. My
Yeah,
nan is still active, and she doesn't look like the 70-year-old that she is. And my granddad, because he slowed down, he doesn't do much anymore. He doesn't go out for walks. He has deteriorated. Yes, of course, age in general will have that. But if you compare the two, how they were to how they are now and what they're doing, and my nan, she goes out every single day without fail to the shops. And my granddad is just like, oh, I can't be bothered.
yeah,
And obviously, it's probably because he's now deteriorated because he stopped to the point where he now doesn't want to because it's really difficult for him. Which
yeah,
I don't blame him. He's obviously worked hard, but it just shows you like I think the age old saying is like if you don't use it, you lose it.
yeah,
And like if you just stop doing, and I even say the things to like my mum, like she's terrible for drinking water or like going for walks. I'm like, mum, go for a walk. Like,
yeah,
tell me your steps. Like if I text her or ring her or something, she'd be like, oh yeah, I done 2,000 steps today. I'm like, come on, mum, like you need to do a few more.
yeah. Let's get it to at least 5K. Come on.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like literally if you don't continue doing something, you're gonna deteriorate in some way.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It'd be interesting to see like if you had a group of individuals, maybe like 20 of 20, and then just see how they last in terms of
Yeah,
ones just slow down and the others obviously slow down but keep a more active lifestyle. I
yeah,
think nutrition as well is a big part. You
yeah,
tend to maybe not eat as much
yeah.
as you get older.
I think there is a study that they done on bone density in people over 50, trained versus untrained, and then they tested them again another 10 years later. And obviously, bone density is obviously something that you want when you're getting older, like slips, trips, and falls, and like you don't want brittle bones. So if you're going to fall over as an old person, you kind of want your skeletal system to brace that impact. And I think they done it as I don't know what the percentages were, but it was like clear night and day between bone density improvements from those that didn't train at all to then started training, and then those that just continued to do whatever they was doing, which was probably nothing.
Yeah, interesting.
There you go.
Anyway, we shall see. We'll see in 30 years' time, mate. We might both just be lazy gits and not do anything.
I'll probably be even more injured and be like, why did I continue bodybuilding?
I love it. To be fair, I remember my dad saying to me, "It was like your knees are going to be fucked by the time you're 25," and my knees were pretty fucked by the time I was like 22. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Great." So I'm
Yeah.
going to pay for this in the future, I think.
Yeah, but you look at people that don't train at all, like they've all got things like their
Mm.
elbows hurt, their knees hurt. Like I think if you train or you don't train, by not training, you're gonna come up with issues, and by training, you're gonna come up with issues. It's kind of like which one do you want to pick? Like,
Yeah.
look better whilst you're in pain, or like not look as good and still be in pain.
Yeah. Yeah. In other news, I signed up a new client this week,
Well, hey,
Kate.
is she paying you?
uh, well, I plead the fifth.
Well, Kate is at the Marbella Classic.
This is the Marbella
Yeah.
Classic.
How's she getting on?
It's already £2 down.
Amazing.
Mate, I'm putting her on dust protocol.
I did wonder when I saw her like morning steps.
Yeah, I was like, right, you're gonna do these steps. You're gonna. She's literally, it's like really lifestyle. So it was a case of like, I gave her my sheets. I was like, right, you did a plan. Obviously, she's been doing it for a while now, so she knows how to make a plan. So I was like, look, make a plan. I'll look over it. I made some adjustments. I gave her her calories because she's literally just tracking calories, not macros,
Yeah.
just calories. And then gave her a step count. No cardio. She's down £2 already. So I was like, easy.
Amazing. Easy.
It's that simple. But for her, it was just a case of like she wasn't tracking what she was eating. She was being a bit like in and out of the gym. Like some weeks she'd go a couple of times, some weeks she'd maybe go like once, and it was just like,
Yeah.
right, let's give you a plan, let's give you something to follow. Just try and reignite that kind of a little bit of a spark again with the whole
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. It's
But
basically just doing not the bare minimum, but just doing the things that you're supposed to be doing consistently. Doesn't
Yeah.
have to be like 100%, but if you're doing a little bit more than you was, something's going to happen.
Yeah, I think because she's a bit like me, where it's like you have to do everything to 100%. So it's then difficult to be like, right, this is the plan. This is like in bodybuilding terms the bare minimum, but
Yeah.
this is what we need to follow. Because the thing is, she tries the 100%, and then she realizes, oh, there's a reason I stopped doing this, because she's just not that she doesn't want to be a bodybuilder. So it's hard for her to just be like committed to something that she doesn't really necessarily
Yeah.
enjoy. So it's like, all right, okay, well, dieting, weight loss is very simple. So let's just run that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah. I guess it's just about kind of removing barriers as well. Like in terms of macros, obviously that might be a bit too much. So obviously you've done just calories. So
Yeah.
hopefully just by kind of being around you and just knowing what she needs to eat, protein is in a better spot than most people's.
Yeah.
Again, like it's not the end of the world if you're just after weight loss,
Yeah.
example.
And yeah, if she enjoys it more, then obviously we'll just bring up that kind of dial, I suppose,
Yeah.
and just try and take it a little bit more seriously and just a step by step. Because it's a shame, really, because she was very, very into bodybuilding. And I mean, she still is, like, she's still very interested in my process,
Yeah.
a lot of my clients and stuff. Like, she'll come to every single show, and obviously, like, the value of her being there and stuff.
Yeah.
And her process herself, she just fell out of love with it. So it's just trying to regain a little bit of like momentum and just some passion for it again.
Yeah. I guess if she starts seeing results, it might sort of be like, oh, want to kind of kick back into gear with it, or it'd be like, do you know what, I can't be asked with this at all. Can't wait for the diet to be over.
Yeah, fucking hell. I tell you what, though, I hope our kids get her genetics, because she's got silly shape.
There you go.
Like for a bikini girl, I'm like she still looks like a bikini girl now, and she's like 35 pounds above stage weight or something, and I'm like, your shape is ridiculous. Like the way she distributes body fat, I'm like, yeah, just a lot of females would just wouldn't look great with that amount of body weight on them. But yeah, we shall see.
Some people are blessed, some people are not.
Yeah, don't want my body fat distribution because it just goes around my fucking midsection.
Oh, barrel hips.
Yeah, literally, that's it. The fridge. That's what I should call myself. Fucking box.
What should we talk about? People competing?
Yeah, we can do. Got Willie B on stage in 2 days' time.
Yep.
So he's looking really, really good. Peak's been very simple. I think on last week's podcast, I said that I was going to do a backload with him. But he got to 7 days out, and I was like, he's ready. And to be fair, this is just a warm-up show. And then in 3 weeks' time, he's at the UKFBA. So I thought, why not spend a week, freshen him up, give him a bit more food. And today he looks mint. He's just sent me post-workout shots. So really, really happy with how he's looking. And it's going to be exciting. First time on stage. So gain some valuable stage experience. And then we move on to the UKFBA.
What's
Um,
the plan? Obviously, after the show this weekend, you're probably going to base it off how he looks anyway on the show
yeah.
under stage lights. Obviously, every stage is slightly different, but are you going to potentially go for more condition, or are you kind of waiting until you see what he looks like?
Yeah, so the final judgment will be when he's on stage, and
Yeah,
I've actually looked at him under stage lighting with a tan, glaze, everything like that. Because the look can be very different as well. Like
yeah,
some people, they may look great not on stage, and then they get on stage and it doesn't really kind of align. And some people are the opposite. So, or some people just look great and look great on stage. But regardless, I'll look at him on Sunday, and then he'll check in Monday. He'll probably stay on dailies now for the rest of prep. His last show, I believe, is in like 8 weeks, or no, 7 weeks. So he's probably going to be remaining on dailies for the rest, because we've got 3 weeks, then a week, then I think it's another 3 weeks after that, or maybe two. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So he'll be on pretty much daily check-ins, and we'll just assess from there. I think the way I kind of like to do it is just feed him up, bring him down, feed him up, bring him down, and then just every
yeah,
time we bring him down, we see a little bit more condition. But then we can keep a close eye and just make sure that nothing's kind of flattening off or he's not fading or anything. But yeah, he's looking very good. So I'm very happy to see him on stage on Sunday.
yeah.
It's the first one for the season for the team as well. So it's exciting.
Exciting. Can't wait to see him moonwalk.
Yeah, he's going to do the old Kez moonwalk. To be fair, Kez has done a brilliant job with him.
Yeah,
But I will say this, like, Will has worked his arse off with his posing. Like,
yeah. I
yeah,
remember we both sort of pushed him to be like, come on, let's
yeah,
get your pose into a good spot. Because I think it was when I was there with you and I was sort of helping him out. It was like, yeah, you've got the fundamentals, but like, just get a posing coach. There's only so
yeah,
much me and you can do, or even yourself with him every single week.
yeah,
But yeah, it's clear that it's been every single week, maybe even more. I don't know what Kez does with his kind of posing coaching now, but it's improved night and day. And you can just see he's confident getting into it as well, which is
yeah,
good.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he also done what I said to do on last podcast, or maybe you pushed him to do it on the gym floor, do some poses.
I pushed him to do it.
Nice.
Yeah, we literally did it. I think it was, we filmed last Thursday, didn't we? So yeah, he was
I
in
think
the,
it was Saturday, maybe.
I don't know, but anyway, it was last Friday. I got him to pose in the gym floor,
Okay.
and I was like, just get under these lights. I was like, and when I saw him under those lights, I was like, fucking hell, he's peeled.
Yeah.
And I was like, there you go. I was like, look, you can see you're in condition now. And because he was a bit like, do you think I'm 100% in? And I'm like, yeah, you're peeled.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, look, take the top off, under this lighting, and yeah, he's peeled.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's his posing though is like yesterday was a rest day for him. I think I got 4 posing videos of him
Nice.
just practicing his because UKUP are it's a T walk, which I've never heard of before. It's rather than an I walk, it's a T walk. So basically, he's got to start at the back of the stage,
Yeah.
hit his front shot, walk to the front, hit a couple of shots, walk to the left, then walk to the right, rather than a
Oh, I
standard
see.
I walk where it's like you do your shots, then you walk back.
Yeah.
So he's just been practicing that, but it's so good to see because like a lot of people would be like, oh, I'll wing it on the day or I'll think about it, on the day. But he literally sent me like multiple videos of him yesterday doing it.
Yeah.
And
It's
I was
probably a
like,
good way of doing the eye walk anyway, because obviously from different sides, left or right, you're going to look slightly different anyway from the judges being at the
yeah,
middle. So obviously, yeah, you can angle yourself, but if the judge right in the middle, there's not much you can do with moving your body. But obviously, if you're slightly off to each side, you might be able to show some slightly better points, which is good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be interesting to see. I've never been to a UKUP show, to be fair. Like I know they're, I don't know how long they've been around, but it's just a local show for us. So that's
Yep.
kind of the nice thing about it. We're not having to travel 3 or 4 hours up north to get to a venue. So yeah, it'll be a good one. And then I've got Lisa next weekend, which will be a very, very busy weekend. She's on Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
Um, and then it's PCA Universe. So I think Lisa's just going to see how she gets on with the first 2 shows. If she wants to
Yep.
do Universe, she'll do it. I think she said if she qualifies, she's going to do it. So again, that's exciting. So that's the following weekend. And the following weekend after that is UKWBA, then WOBF, and then PCA. Again,
Nice.
Natty's 3. So
Yeah.
yeah, busy couple weekends ahead,
It's
but
getting busy.
I'm ready for it. I'm excited. Um, Another topic I did want to discuss, as I was having a conversation with someone yesterday about like your off season post show. So this initial, you go through your post show phase, then you enter an off season. Like I think what I'm seeing a lot at the moment, especially on Instagram, is people that competed last year finish their preps around September, October time, and then they're now already back in a diet. Like they're already dieting again.
Yeah.
Um, for naturals, I think that what we need to realize is even though you might be 6 months post show, and you might call that six. Like I call my like at the moment, I just say, oh, I'm 6 months into the off season or whatever.
Yeah.
But realistically, have I spent 6 months in a optimal position to grow muscle? No.
No. No.
Like I reckon I've probably spent about 2 or 3 months in a good position to actually make
Yeah.
improvements. And I would much rather people just push that diet phase back, keep gaining or maybe even maintain at just a slightly
Yeah.
heavier body weight if you're starting to feel uncomfortable, then drop into a diet again.
Yeah.
Because we know we're going to be in a better position to grow whilst we're in a surplus. Yeah, you can grow in a deficit. I think we've kind of debunked that whole scenario. But I think just in terms of, especially for that first diet post prep, you want to be kind of extending that gaining phase for as long as possible. Like none of my guys who prepped last year are in diets at the
Yeah.
moment. And I've even said to them, even some of them that are, 30, 35 pounds above their stage weight, I'm like, cool, we'll just hold this.
Yeah.
There's no need to push any more weight gain. And like, if you get 2 months down the line, the look's tightened up a bit, cool, we might, push up another five pounds. So yeah, I think people just need to really assess their timeline in terms of post show to where they are now and think, is it the best opportunity to start to diet, or should they just push it back a little bit?
Yeah, especially with the productivity of the diet as well. Like your body's probably not even ready there yet. Your calories probably aren't even as high as they was pre-prep anyway. So it's going to be quite difficult for you to even leverage with anything as well. And obviously you're then potentially creating a bit of a negative mindset with constantly feeling like you need to diet. Whereas sometimes you do just need to be like, push through that boundary of feeling a little bit uncomfortable. You get used to that and then it becomes the new top end and you just keep pushing from there. I'm sure there's been times with yourself when you've pushed body weight up. Whilst you're pushing it up, it probably feels really uncomfortable. But once you're kind of past what you consider the peak, you're then like, oh, this isn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's almost that kind of preemptive thing but that your brain does. Like, oh, how am I going to look another 5 pounds heavier? Like sometimes you just got to do it and to see where you're at.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think, that initial off-season growing stint coming out of a prep, I'd actually rather people get a little bit softer, especially like, they're not going to compete this year, right? So let's say it's me, for example. I'm going to give myself an example. Like, I'm not going to compete now until 2028. So I don't mind if I get 40 pounds above stage weight. Like, it's not a massive issue for me because at the end of the day, I know I can pull it off, and I know I wouldn't start prep at this body weight or 40 pounds. I'm currently 30 pounds, but let's say I went to 40.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start prep at 40 pounds above stage weight, but I would bring it down for a pre-prep diet. But I think with that initial push, you've really just got to allow the body to settle, get back to homeostasis, get yourself in a really healthy position where when you are ready to diet, like you'll know when you're ready to diet as well.
Yeah.
Not only from a physical standpoint and biofeedback, but also mentally as well. You'll be like, right, okay, like I'm not that bothered about food anymore.
Diet as well. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm not that bothered about food anymore. Like I haven't got all this food focus post show, and I'm a bit tired of food now. And you'll be ready. Like you'll know when you're ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a little kind of consideration people should make because it is difficult. Like I'm sure you have it as well, where you look at your prep photos and you see people competing this year, and it does give you that itch to be like, oh, should I just do a little like 10-week cut or a 12-week cut and just tidy things up a bit? But then I think when your goal is stepping on stage, you've actually got to have that as your main focus. So you've just got to make improvements, and to do that, you've got to be in the best position possible within a gaining phase.
Yeah, and you've also got to look at like, are you already being like, for example, if I went into a diet now, it would serve me no purpose at all.
No,
because I can't even train productively at the minute, so it would literally be pointless. So yeah, I would lose a little bit of body fat. Would I look a little bit better? Sure, but I don't have like even to go on holiday in a couple of months' time, unless I miraculously get better and training is in a really, really good spot. Like I won't be going anywhere near a diet for quite some time. Like I plan on holding my body weight. I don't plan on really putting much on, but it's one of those things like until your body is ready, whether from an injury standpoint, sort of a mental standpoint as well, like there's literally no point going into the diet. You're just going to waste time.
Yeah, I think as well, to be fair, my viewpoint has changed on maintenance phases. I don't think you're never maintaining, right? Even if you're holding body weight, that body weight is still progressively getting better.
Yeah.
But in terms of like maintaining body weight, I do quite like, just spending a couple months at the same body weight. Like, I've been like 194, 195 now for as long as I can remember. Like, it's been a
Yeah.
good like maybe 6 weeks
Yeah.
of this body weight. And it doesn't bother me because I know that I'm still very productive in the gym. I'm progressing my training, and I'm like, oh, maybe there wasn't the need to continue to push up my body weight like I've done in previous off
Yeah.
seasons. Previous off seasons, I was always chasing that half a pound, quarter of a pound,
Yeah.
just trying to put on body weight. And it's like, well,
But
actually,
realistically, if your training is improving
don't need
every
to.
week, every other week, there's no need to put on any more
Yeah.
body weight. Unless, let's just say, all of your training stalls, you've sort of covered every other avenue, whether that be recovery, training volume, frequency, whatever it is, then you'd be like, okay, let's push body weight up.
Yeah.
Because that might be the missing link there. Like you
Yeah.
might just need more food going in, more calories, more body weight to help with some of the exercises. But often, probably not as beneficial as we probably think it is.
Yeah. 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 Like I said, my viewpoint has changed because I used to think maintenance phases are a bit of a waste of time. But
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
in
if
an
you're
off season,
maintaining a very, very lean body weight, it is a waste of time
yeah.
because you're not going to be growing any muscle there. Let's be real. Unless you're, I don't know, you haven't dieted or gained for a while, you're fairly new to training and you're just naturally lean, then yeah, you might get away with it. But if you've been training for a while, you've just dieted and you're trying to maintain a lean body weight, you're not growing any muscle then.
No, you need to be in a. I think we've discussed this before, but like in that kind of like productive body weight range and just
Yep.
staying in that. Like this off season, I don't think I'll get sub 180
Yep.
until I prep again. Like even when I pull down, I think we'll get to maybe the low 180s, and it'll be like, all right, cool, let's come back up. Because
Yeah.
I always perform very well between 180 and around 200 pounds. Like that 20-pound body weight range for me is where
Yeah.
I'm very, very productive in the gym. I don't feel shit. My sleep's good. I feel good. My insulin sensitivity is in a good spot, and so I know I can pretty much stay within that range for as long as possible, and I'll
Yeah.
make good improvements. Is it worth me pushing above that? Who knows? In later gaining phases, it might go up to, I'll push to 205, but as
Yeah.
of right now, I'm fairly comfortable in these ranges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we jump into some questions?
Let's
I'm
begin.
going to put my salmon on in 10 minutes.
Salmon.
Salmon.
What have we got? Not many. I have 2.
I don't think I've got many either. I've got 6.
It's all right. We can talk about football afterwards.
I don't want to talk about football.
I feel okay talking about football.
I don't. It's fucking dreadful.
Anyway, we've got Rosh. Of course, we've got Rosh. Wear a Cars shirt to a funeral, or set a table next to a homeless person and eat a meal.
I'm setting up a table next to a homeless person and eating a meal. I feel that is less bad than being inappropriate at a funeral.
I guess it depends on the person's funeral, doesn't it? But yeah,
I don't think it does. I think someone's died and you're going there like with ka-chow across your across your chest, like
Lightning McQueen. Yeah. Unfortunately, the homeless man is probably going to want to kill me afterwards, but we're doing that.
I mean, he's probably, if he's next to a shop, he's probably seeing people coming out that shop eating anyway.
It's no different to him being outside a restaurant, is it? So
Yeah,
we'll go with that one.
yeah, I think so. I think if you go to a funeral and you're wearing something that's not appropriate, then Jesus Christ, that would be
Either way, you're offending someone. So
yeah. Josh R has asked, talking about all aspects of bodybuilding lifestyle, like an overview of the journey.
Overview of the journey.
I don't know. He's just put maybe talk about all the bodybuilding aspects and the lifestyle. I don't know. I don't know how to answer
Like
that.
start to finish of a prep. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it? Well, he just says bodybuilding lifestyle. Training, eating, sleeping, repeating.
Pretty much, yeah. Get a coach, get a plan, get a timeline, get to work.
Yeah, be in it for the long run.
Yeah.
Rosh Dogs asked, how does it feel to get out gluted on the hip thrust?
I mean, I didn't really rate his range of motion too much.
Yeah. And I had a chat with him yesterday. I was like, you could see when he was coming down, right? His shoulders were going like this, like they were coming back. I was like, mate, you're putting all the load on the handles at the side and you're just
Yeah,
humping it. I was
yeah,
like, at least, so I was like, look, change your hand positioning. Because basically the way I hold it is if I put too much pressure on the like the handles, it like really fucking hurts my hands.
yeah.
So it kind of stops me from putting a lot of pressure on it.
Or just grab the belt and then you can't push against.
Yeah, the reason I don't like to grab the belt is because I find it difficult sometimes to then re-rack it, to like actually grab
Yeah,
the handles and re-rack
yeah,
it. So I kind of have to always hold them to make sure, even though I always fail at fucking re-racking that thing anyway.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Worst case scenario, you're just gonna bottom out.
Yeah, yeah, true. And to be fair, I always bottom out anyway, so I might as
Yeah,
well just.
yeah. I did
Yeah.
that on the Jim Leco hack. The 20 plates are just a little bit too big, so when you do bottom out, they stick to the floor and you can't get out. So I
Oh, have
literally
you hit
got,
the floor with it?
yeah, like all the way to the floor. I sort of clambered out. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take the plates off. You can't because they're stuck.
Oh, yeah, I've
So
had
they're
that.
wedged into the floor.
I had that the other day when I did my top set. I got pinned, and I was like, "Oh, I'll shift out," and then I realised, yeah, the plates are on the floor, and because
Yeah,
of the
so I
rubber
had to
floor,
like, I managed to get two off either side, so there was still one plate on there. So I then sort of squeezed back into it, pushed up, and then got someone else to quickly take them off. So yeah, a
yeah,
little
it
bit.
is.
I think the plates just need to be a touch smaller, or it needs to be raised off the floor a little bit,
Yeah.
which is less than ideal. But
Are you seatbelt in that at the moment?
no,
No.
uh, it's not allowed. No, to be fair, if there is a seatbelt, I will use it, but I just don't have one. So
I
actually,
can imagine not doing that hack with that.
yeah,
Like I've never
it
hacked
does
with it.
massively help. Like when I
Yeah,
used yours, and I've used Owen's a couple of times, it does massively help. Like you can just create so much more power out the bottom,
yeah,
and you just stay locked in.
yeah.
But I'm fairly confident and comfortable with it without at the moment.
I find it sits on a weird place on my back.
Oh, really?
So like if I don't have the seatbelt and kind of glue my hips into the back of it,
Yeah.
it like I don't know my lower back kind of when I go into the
Pounds.
like the stretch, it comes off.
Yeah, that's what mine's doing a lot at the minute with the leg press. That's why I've kind of adjusted my setup with it. 'Cause that was what was killing my back. My on a leg press, my hips would just roll up at the bottom of the leg press.
Yeah,
It doesn't do it on a hip press. It's obviously slightly different angle and things like that, but I've modified the leg press for that to work. So maybe I'll get a seatbelt for the leg press and it might fix my problem.
do it, do it. I remember
That
I've
will
used
cause
wrist
some
straps.
issues.
Yeah, I've used wrist straps on a leg press before.
Yeah, I have.
I, I used to strap myself in, and then I used to push up, and Andy used to unrack it, and then we would literally like unrack it for each other.
Thing is, it helps. Like if you're not worrying about your grip at any point, like you're going to be able to create more output. Like your brain's just not consciously or subconsciously thinking about gripping. So it makes sense.
Yeah, my argument is if you can create more stability, do it.
Yeah. I've even
Like,
done it on the laying hamstring curl, like literally
yeah,
like strap in. I now kind of change my grip. I like cross my arms over.
yeah,
But same like leg extension. If you can just basically create the most stable environment, you're going to be able to get way more out of the exercise, whether that's a seatbelt, straps, I don't know, a band around your hips, whatever it is, it's going to help.
yeah. I use straps and a seatbelt for leg extension.
Yeah, same.
Just literally just glue myself in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
um, what part of your job do you find most challenging? Include job and coaching.
job and coaching. Job will be the physical demand of it. Hopefully that'll be changing very soon. It just it's unpredictable. So some days it's a lot more graft than others, and obviously then that can take away from training a little bit. So yeah, it would be the unpredictable nature of the output that's about to come.
Yeah, yeah. For my job, I don't probably it's like the timelines and pressure sometimes.
Yeah,
Because we work with medical devices, it can be like you can be into a very strict timeline, and you've got to hit it. And that's basically hit it any means necessary. So if you have to work outside of work hours,
yeah,
it's something you've got to be prepared for. So
yeah,
yeah, I'd probably just say that kind of overall pressure.
yeah.
What about coaching? What's the most challenging part about coaching?
Dealing with other stupid coaches. Challenging part, sometimes taking your own emotion out of it,
Yeah,
because sometimes the client's passion, you just got to understand it, isn't
that's
there
fine.
as much as,
Yeah,
and they're okay with that. And you sometimes got to be like, okay, that client is okay doing what you consider 80%, but they might consider it 100%.
yeah,
So it's, I guess just adjusting to each individual person, but you do get better at that. Obviously, the more you coach as well, you just kind of get that knack for it in terms of understanding each person's individual needs.
yeah. As long as like you align their kind of the goals and how long that's going to take with their work rate,
Yeah,
then like the simple formula for bodybuilding is basically progress rate equals work rate.
yeah,
You know, if you're going to put a lot of work in, you're going to make more progress.
yeah. Another thing that I have struggled with in the past, is just like being busy with coaching in general, is it affecting outside life. And when I say that, I mean my communication with other people
Me,
through phones is terrible. And it's
yeah,
kind of like made it to the point where unless like you're my client, I'm probably not going to message you.
yeah. This is how I. Do you know how I have to message Denny about 3 days in
He
advance
has
for
to
a
turn up
podcast?
at my house and like say hi.
Yeah, podcast. Yeah, from out the
I'm
window.
so bad with it. The thing is, my phone's not even on Do Not Disturb anymore. Like it used to have to be on Do Not Disturb, and
Yeah,
obviously all the coaching stuff would be separate. But like family members message me, close friends message me, they won't hear from me for weeks. It's so bad.
yeah. To be fair, I'm bad with that. Like with family members, like if they message me and then like a client's message will come through or something, like I'll totally forget about it, and then I'm
Yep.
like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's why I always say to people, if you want to communicate with me, just message me on WhatsApp because I'm spending majority of my time on my phone
Yeah.
on
But
WhatsApp.
even then, like my WhatsApp's separate from family to clients. I've got it in two different sections. You can have archived, unarchived. I put all my family
In
into the
archive.
archive, so it's only clients that I see. So yeah, you can message me. I won't see it because I've got to click into something else.
Oh dear, that's
It's so
sad.
bad. It's so bad. So yeah,
Yeah,
apologies if any friends or family are listening. Unlikely, but I'm not dead. I do care about you. I just sometimes
won't reply.
I just can't be dealing with talking to people on the phone. I'd rather just go see someone and talk to them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I find most challenging with coaching. I think just bit like I don't know, like sometimes just managing people it can be quite challenging, like
Yeah,
different personalities.
yeah,
Um, I remember when I first started, or I was pretty new, I used to kind of like double check my messages after I sent them. Like if I sent a message, I'd be like, oh, have I put that in the right way? Or, oh
yeah,
no, they haven't replied to me in a couple of hours. Like, are they not happy with my service? Like, I used to really kind of like overthink it all,
yeah,
um, which I suppose you're going to do when you're new
yeah.
to it.
Like you almost don't have confidence with your way of your practice yet because you haven't practiced
Yeah,
it long enough. And I used to do that as well. Like when I was quite new to it, like I'd sometimes send the check in, and be like, "Oh, was I a bit too good, like too positive or too negative? Did I
yeah,
annoy them? Have I just blown smoke up their ass? Like what have I done too much or too little?" But then obviously, the longer you do it, you just free ball it all the way through, and you're like, "No, I'm confident with what I'm saying and how I'm saying it because you've done it for a while now."
yeah, for sure. I definitely think last year actually my experience just leveled up a lot with
Yeah,
coaching, especially like competitors. Because this year, applying everything that I learned from last year and my own experience as well, I don't know. I'm just very, very confident with the choices that I make with a client's prep. Like I'm not second guessing myself. Like I'll look at a client's shots before I even know their body weight, and I'm like, yeah, they need a high day, or we need to push a bit harder here.
yeah. The thing is, you've just seen more bodies lean.
Yeah,
Obviously, different people have similarities as well, so you can use your, let's say you can use some of your experience that you used on me with Will as an example.
yeah,
You'd be like, oh, I did this with Denny, or I can slightly change it. You're just doing more with, yeah, they're different people, but there be similarities that carry over between them. So you can kind of use that as a confidence thing, but like, okay, I've seen this before, I've seen this trend before, or I've tried this before, it works or it doesn't work. And if something's not working, you might have experienced it not working before, and then you know what to do there as well. So it's just each time you do something new, whether that's going to more shows, seeing more people lean, or I don't know, females, for example, like coaching females now, you're probably pretty comfortable with that now.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously you've been doing that more than you ever have.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, even with Lisa's prep, like, I pushed her to a good point. But I was like, my main thing was like, okay, I need to I've never got a female in stage condition.
Yeah,
So I was like, right, that is my priority, is getting her in condition.
yeah,
And then, she started coming in, and I was like, right, cool, let's add in some high days on weekends. She continued to drop, continued to look better. After every high day, she was looking good as well at the start of the week. Then she'd flatten off a little bit, but then she'd get some more detail. And it was just like, okay, cool. And then she's been reversing from 4 weeks out. She's pretty much been peak week for 4 weeks.
yes,
Like, and she's in stage condition right now. She looks great. And I'm like, okay, like, but I don't think I've ever had a client come in that early where I've been like, right, let's take our foot completely off the gas. We're not
yeah,
chasing fat loss anymore.
yeah,
But at that point in time, I saw some pictures of her, and I was like, yeah, you're done.
yeah,
Like, I literally messaged her. I was like, fat loss is done. Like, that's it. But yeah, I suppose when I was fairly new to it, I would be second guessing myself, and I'd be like, oh, do I need to chase a little bit more? Have I got her lean enough?
yeah.
Et cetera.
Because it is very easy. Like even when you see someone very lean, like we've always said, there's always going to be a body part that isn't as lean as their leanest body part, and it can be very, very easy to just be like, no, let's get leaner.
Yeah.
That might take another 4 weeks, and you haven't got 4 weeks, so you've just put them into the ground for no reason.
Yeah, and you can also come a bit numb to it as well.
Yeah,
Like, you see them, and you see the same physique over and over and over every single day, and you're like, are they in
are they
condition? Do
leaner?
they need
Are
to
they
push a bit
getting leaner?
more?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like, just, you've got to just trust your confidence and your experience, and it
yeah,
comes with just the more people you work with, doesn't it?
yeah,
And I suppose that even goes into lifestyle as well, managing people. It's all
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'd say was probably most challenging. I'm going to leave you to a very good question from Willie B whilst I put my salmon on.
Go for it. Be quick,
Do Arsenal beat PSG in the final? I've got a very quick and short answer to this.
one. Um, my heart says yes, and that's because I'm an Arsenal fan. We will beat them. It's just one game. Who knows what can happen? I don't think we're going to. So my heart says yes, we will beat them. My head says no. They're just too strong of a team. Given Arsenal's track record, and over the last couple of weeks, we've not really put that many goals behind good teams. We scraped Atletico, so it's not really looking too good from us being a dominant force in it. So yeah,
Did you
heart,
answer no?
sort of. I said my heart says yes, that we're going to beat them, and my head says no. Just being realistic. Like if someone says to me, "There's I don't know, place a bet," I will be more likely to place a bet to win money for Arsenal to lose. If we're just talking odds,
PSG is so good, man.
that's literally what I said. Like they're just too good of a team, and obviously if we look at who we just beat, yeah, we beat them. We didn't struggle per se, but it wasn't like a convincing.
No.
Like, oh
And
yeah,
you have had a very easy route to the final as well.
exactly.
Um, it'll be a good game. I think
Yeah,
Arsenal will be very defensive.
yeah.
And I just think, like, there's so much quality in that
What
PSG
what we
team.
need to do is we need to pull out the two games against Real Madrid type of Arsenal
Yeah.
that we had. Then yeah, if we can play like that, beating them all day long.
Yeah, I think from what I saw, but like, obviously Chelsea world champions, when we beat PSG, what I saw is we actually played against them. We
Yeah,
didn't just defend the whole time,
yeah.
because when
Because
teams defend, they just get you. They will break you
especially with the
down.
players that they got quality wise
Yeah.
and their confidence that they've got when they're on the ball as well. It's Arsenal just turn into a bunch of wet wipes. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
we've got some very good defenders, but the whole team will just
Because
turn into
90 minutes is
absolute.
a long time to defend.
Yes.
You've seen teams do it for like 30 minutes, maybe
Yeah.
even
We
a
just need to
whole
like
half.
go for it basically.
Yeah,
Like just
you've got to play against them. If you don't play, like, even when Chelsea played them in the Champions League this season, we were shite. The first leg, when we were at PSG, we didn't play that bad, and we got a lot of opportunities to score. And obviously,
yeah,
we're just shit. So I think we only scored one.
yeah.
But you've got better strikers than us, better finishers than us. If you can play against them, I think you'll be in a better chance. I still don't think you'll win, but I think you
It'll,
will win the league though.
I mean, now I think we will.
Fucking City
Yeah.
bastards.
I genuinely thought they was going to lose. If they lost, I'll be like 100% we're going to win. But obviously they pulled back the draw, so it's still. I'm still not convinced, but I'm leaning more towards yes than I was.
Did you see my story of Zach?
No.
He posted something like, "We're in the Champions League final. We're top of the league, and Max has given me 400 carb." I put something like, "If you win the league, I'll drop your carbs, and if you do the double, expect zero carb."
Oh God. What are Arsenal's next two games for the league?
You've got an easy running compared to City, or an easier
City have
running.
got Brentford on Saturday.
Tough game.
Arsenal's got West Ham. We should be fine.
Do you know what? That will be a deciding factor, because if you drop points against West Ham, because West Ham are in a relegation battle at the moment, and they're third from bottom, so they'll want to win that game. So if you drop points, and then City start winning, then
Yeah, and then we've got Burnley
yeah, you'll beat Burnley.
following Monday,
You'll beat Burnley.
and then City have got Bournemouth.
Tough game. It'll be a good one. A good end to the season of what has been.
I mean, it's exactly what I said as well. It's going to come to probably the last game.
Yeah, which would be cool.
Yeah. But shall see.
Fucking hell. Roshin. Ever had a pregnancy scare, but then had a sigh of relief because you realise she's not fertile yet? I don't think I've ever had. Well, I've never had a pregnancy scare. I don't think.
Is that because she wasn't fertile yet?
Yeah, that was it.
No, meaning
I've been in situations where they've been like, "Oh, I'm going to do a pregnancy test because my cycle's a bit late or something." I've never had like.
Maybe there's a little Denny running around somewhere.
For fuck's sake. All right, my final question was not even a question, but it's Will said, "I saw Denny in the barbers yesterday. It was a wholesome moment."
It was.
Did you kiss? Did you kiss?
We did kiss.
Nice.
He was like, he walked in as if he'd just taken some MVP. Let's put it that way.
He's probably been slamming about 8 monsters a day.
Yeah, he did come in with a can of Monster as well. So, yeah.
Will, if you're listening to this, because this is probably going to go live tomorrow, so you're one day out, and if you are drinking Monsters, pull them out, even though I've told you many times. Stop drinking them.
So I've just outed Will there. Thursday, the 7th of May, he was drinking Monsters. So if he's not supposed to...
That's not too bad. I wouldn't... one day out, I like to just keep people away from any kind of carbonated drinks.
I'm pretty sure when I competed, it was like I just decided a whole week I'm not having any Monsters.
Yeah, I think just because the impacts it could potentially have on digestion and for physique as well, where your midsection is so important, like you don't want to be distended or anything. So just get rid of, just even for a day, like the one day out, just pull them. I think when I competed in Ireland, I think I had a Monster 2 days out, and then I had a Pepsi Max 2 days out as well. But then the day before the show, I just drank water. That was it.
Yeah.
That is all my questions, mate.
I think I might have one more.
It's gonna be a Ross Dog special, isn't it?
It is, yeah. What is one thing you want to change about yourself this year? Personal, job-wise, etc. What do you want to change?
Nothing. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, and I don't want to change anything about myself.
Just get better.
Yeah, that's it. But I think that happens with just continuing to do what you're doing with experience, right?
Yeah.
You learn more, you experience more. There's nothing that I look at myself and go, "Oh, I really want to change that aspect of me." Apart from my chest, I'd like a bigger chest and some bigger arms.
Just be bigger and better.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Cool. Right, we'll wrap up there. Thank you everyone for listening for episode 65. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I don't want to be telling anyone off again at the start of a podcast. But have a good week, and we'll catch you in the next one.